Oops. Hi. It's different having a different background. It makes all the difference to the image, how it looks. I have mostly painted my living room now. Still a quarter left to finish off. I will do at some point in the next few weeks. I have an opening. So this is a spontaneous stream again. So you could subscribe to my channel to get updates of when I'm going live, because they are a bit spontaneous at the moment. So just subscribe to this channel, and you can get a notification when I'm streaming. Da, da, da. I just felt like streaming. Ba, ba, ba. So yes, I'm also here to advertise my silent meeting on Sunday. It's this Sunday, so the 9th, is it? 9th of June, between 10 and 11:30. And it's a really strange thing to advertise, because it is offering nothing. It's just a silent sitting, a silent meeting. So it's not about talking about anything in particular. It's just beautiful. It's just what it is. Silence, sitting together silently. Yeah, it's what it is. It's really beautiful, which can sound like, why is it in silence? Beautiful, but it's really beautiful. That there isn't any point or any meaning or any purpose or any agenda other than that. It's not about learning anything or getting somewhere. It's simply sitting in silence. It's really, I really enjoy it. So that's this Sunday at 10 a.m. So just to advertise that a little. Let me close this screen. So this is a talk, a non-duality talk, which I have titled Empty and Full. Yes, empty and full. It just came at the last minute. I didn't know what to call it, so I called it that. Empty and full. Skype is just installing on my computer. So what is empty and full? In fact, what is non-duality? What's Rebekah Maroon? What's anything? Empty and full. Sorry, I'm just a bit silly. What is empty and full? This is empty and full. This, what is happening, is empty and it's full. And this is what has been longed for. All the seeking, all the longing, all the looking, searching for happiness, for completion, for wholeness. That's what this is. That lover you've been longing for, that peace you've been desperately looking for, hoping for. That sense of enoughness. This is enough. That sense of rest. You can rest from the seeking of trying to find it, trying to work it out, trying to obtain it. Now, this can sound pretty strange. I wouldn't talk about this to anyone because it can sound very strange. That this is it. What you long for isn't in time. It isn't out there. It isn't in an experience, a thing. The belief is, the habit is, the movement is to look. To believe there's something out there that will do it for you. And when you found that something, you can rest, you can put your feet up and be happy ever after. But that putting your feet up and resting forever after isn't found in time, isn't found at the end of working the character out, working out this problem, that situation, acquiring this thing, knowing this knowledge. That's the trap of the mind, the endless seeking of the mind. It needs there to be a problem. It needs there to be time, an obstacle. It needs that timeline to be someone. And that's the addiction. This someone who is felt to be who you are. This someone with these characteristics and with these problems and with this experience who's trying to do this or to do that. This is the addiction, that you are this someone, that you exist as an entity, as a person. That is who you are. That's the limits of who you are, character. That isn't saying the character is bad or wrong in any way, or it shouldn't be there. It's just that that character isn't the truth or the reality of this experience. That character is an appearance, appearing, a form appearing, like a little story appearing. Without there being that story of someone, there couldn't be interaction. There needs to be some kind of seeming story of someone. That's how humans communicate, in stories. So this isn't about the character or the story not being there or being a problem. It's just the end of that being who you are, like the boundary of who you are. You stop as this character, as this human. That's who you are. It's the end of that, being tied to that character. It's like a releasing from that character. And this is the freedom in which it's spoken about. Every speaker speaks differently about this, but what is being spoken about here is a freedom beyond the character. A total freedom. Not a fixing of the character. Not the character arriving at a sense of completion, the character being finished as a character. Or as a personal thing. This isn't about a personal achievement. The person doesn't arrive at freedom. It doesn't arrive at seeing this. There's something else beyond the character. And it's free, always free. And it can sound crazy because there's a belief so strongly that there's someone speaking now. There's somebody in this body, in this form, that is speaking these words, that knows something, that has somehow arrived at some place and now knows something and is now sharing what she or he knows. But that isn't true. That illusion of a person doesn't arrive anywhere, doesn't attain or achieve anything. The person doesn't get this. The person isn't a real entity. So what is speaking now and hearing now and moving the hands now and breathing now and sitting now and looking? That's always been free. It was never attached to a character or a person. It's always been free. It's a dream of personal attainment. That's the dream. To that illusory person, it feels like, how can this be left alone? How can this be as it is? Aren't I needed in some way to operate and control this? To protect the form, protect it from chaos? With its illusory imagination of control, that it's in the driver's seat of this. It's been managing life, protecting itself from the chaos. It's never been true. That's never been true. It's an illusion that you exist and you are the controller of this. The word surrendering is coming up. Surrendering. We hear about these things in different spiritual circles and religions about surrendering, handing it all over. And that's what happens, or seems to happen, this handing over, this surrendering. And it isn't a personal doing. You can't choose to surrender or not surrender. It's just what happens. Like this like eats you up. It eats you up. It eats you up. So in a way, you can call it surrendering or a trust or all these different words to try and describe it. Sinking in. I like sinking in. It's just beautiful. But it's never a personal doing. It's an ending of something. An ending of this claiming. An ending of this seeming limitation. An ending of this prison. Of you having a border. Of you being an entity in here. So in the end, what do you talk about? This is it. What is happening is it. Oh yeah, empty and full. I remembered what I empty and full. Have I covered that? I don't know. Empty and full. So what is empty and full? I'm sure I've covered it. I'm sure I have. This is empty and full. Simultaneously empty and full at the same time. And the way that I would explain that is is this is nothing. That's the empty part. This isn't nothing, not a thing. These things, objects, appear as if they are separate real objects because they are three-dimensional and they feel as if they have a border. And that's the way it seems. That's not to be denied or ignored. There's a certain texture to the jumper compared to the chair, compared to something else. But this is empty, meaning what they seem to be isn't all of what they are. They're empty. Everything is empty. And this is a major discovery. And I can't remember, I don't know how this is discovered. It's just discovered that everything is an idea. And ideas are ideas. They aren't truth. They aren't reality. And when it is seen that these things are ideas, we label these things, but we don't know what they are. We just have names for them. when it's seen that these are just names we've given to these things. Maybe initially you can't separate that. A lamp is a lamp, and you can't separate the name lamp, the word, the image of the word lamp to what is presented. Maybe they're glued together and you can't separate that. But when that becomes clearer, then all this is mystery. We have no idea what this is. We just have labels for things. We have no idea what they are or how this is appearing, how thoughts are appearing, how action is appearing. It's just happening. Waking up in the morning just happens. In the same way, the heart beating and the breathing and the looking and the hearing, they're just happening. So there seems to be an emptying out of all the ideas, beliefs, concepts that were held on to be true, to be reality, to be the way it is. An emptying out happens of everything. But then what's left is everything. And that's the fullness, everything. And it's all just happening. So intimate. So innocently just happening, appearing, the fullness of life just happening. And then that includes all the ideas and concepts and names, everything, all the emotions, all the traumas, all the conditioning. It's all allowed back in, you could say. It's all allowed back in. Everything's allowed back in. And this I would call love. No longer being separated from it. It's full everything. Full everything. Full on character. But emptiness is shining through. Always. The integrated. No longer that division. Now, what's being described now isn't a thing for the person to believe in and hold on to and analyze and try to work out. Nothing being spoken here is for the person or for the mind. It's merely a description. That's been the problem. The taking hold of things, the ownership of things. Whereas this is a moving reality, not a static reality. It's changing. Nothing to be held on to as truth. Non-duality isn't a religion or a thing to carry around. It isn't a belief system that you can argue with or debate about. That isn't non-duality. That's beliefs about non-duality, ideas about non-duality. Non-duality is actually unarguable with. Have to get that right. Unarguable. Unarguable with. Yeah. Unarguable. Arguable. A child. Hang on. I hear it. Oh, they're gone. Oh, they've run off. So yeah, this is empty and full. Empty and full. A conundrum to the mind. But how? How? It can't be explained. Does it need to be explained? Okay, so I am on Skype, so feel free to message or call. Yeah. Which is the, how do I? Come out, wherever you are. I'll meet the young lady who fell from the storm. I sing random songs from like years ago. Oh, let's move that a minute. Oh, child. I knew I heard a child somewhere. Hello, child. No, bed. Come on. They want cats. That's all there is.
No, I didn't read that one.
That's all there is. Which cat do you want, Josh? Where is Benny? Just trying to find some stuff for the children. Hang on a minute. There isn't any down here. What are they talking about? Maybe they're in his bag. Look. Sorry. Sorry about that. Life is so amazing. I can't even explain how good. Isn't this awesome? Yeah. Cool. Oh, I can't see because of the camera. Let me just move this a little bit. Sorry, you have a bad view while I write this. I'm tired. Been to the allotment. I have an allotment. I've been working on it for months. It's really a lot of work, but I really like it, how it looks now. It's really nice. I'm going to buy a hammock next month and put a hammock up and just like lie in my hammock. Okay, so I'm here during the meeting offline on Sunday at 10, so you're free to join that. And yeah, have a great rest of the week, and yes, enjoy. Bye.